I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away. I heard you was giving your chain away. That's kind of like giving your fame away. What's wrong with you? I sit in a box with our owners.
Yo, what's up, broskies? Keanu coming at you with another deck profile. This was a little. This one's we visited this before on the channel. I think for quite some time, Kane was running Darklords like at our locals, and it just didn't have the crazy thing about this deck. It has like some of the craziest draw power, you know, because you can use the trade-ins. Yugioh herself is, you know, crazy card, like a graceful charity almost. It just didn't have like that much payoff. And then I believe like out of Rise of the Duelist, the first Darklord came out with the trap card and then like the Nurgle and stuff like that. It gave a little more power, but it was still like huge investment. And then Predaplant Verte Anaconda, if you remember that, made it a little easier to bring out the first Darklord. And then when Despia dropped, you know, it was experimented, but I'm back revisiting it. As you know, if you've been a member of this channel, you know I've tinkered with a few different branded list, Darklord list, and this is yet another one, but this one's a little, I like this one a lot. So I'm going to get into it. Before I get into it, we're right on the cusp of 500, so go ahead and hit that sub before we get deep into this. Like the video if you like these type of videos. Comment down below what deck you would like to see next, whether that be virtual or in real life. Also, you can comment down for a table 500 deck because we have started that series. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Triple Darklord Yugioh. She's insane in this deck. You can discard this card and one Darklord card, draw 2 cards, and then she can also pay. You can pay 1,000 life points, then target one Darklord spell, copy it, copy the effect, just the effect. You don't have to like, you know, pay cost for it again or whatever. So it's insane. You can only use each of the effects once per turn. So you can, you know, get the draw 2, discard her and another card, and then you can bring her back with the spell card, and then copy the spell card or whatever. It's quite insane. Next up, Triple Suburbia. In this type of list, I know a lot of people have cut back on Superbius, but I feel like with these two Yugioh and Superbia, you really want to max out on those, because like you see Darklord, Yugioh, and Superbia in hand, it's kind of insane. Like, you know, this is just a free discard, because when you special summon Superbia back out, he special summons another fairy, and that's not a once per turn, which is actually absolutely insane. So you want to max out on those. It's never a brick like you think it is. And then with the other engine, it's easy to get out of your hand. And then the last Darklord monster is, of course, Morningstar. So we can go into the first Darklord, blow up everything. You're never really summoning him on the field, because it can't be special summon. It has to be like hard normal summon, which sucks. But terrific, amazing artwork. This is secret rare, of course. Next up, Banishment of the Darklords. And most people on this video are fans of Darklords, and you know how crazy this card is. You just add a Darklord card from your deck to your hand. You can only activate one banishment once per turn, but it's crazy because if you have Yugioh in hand, you activate banishment, get your Superbia. Yugioh, let's say you happen to draw in a contact, you know, you can bring back Superbia, bring back Yugioh, copy banishment again, get Darklord Morningstar. It's crazy. The combo's insane. Triple contact. This is the monster born once per turn, but you know, Yugioh copies cards. The only true brick package in this deck is the Keeper of the Dragon Magic and Poly. On normal summon, really, you aim for this to be your only normal summon in the deck. This card is normal special summon. You can discard one card, add one Poly. Of course, the Frightfurt Patchwork engine is probably a little bit better. I just don't have the edge imp cards. I have the spells, I just don't have the edge imps. And you know, I should mention, like, that's probably a little bit better, but this obviously came out in the Alba structure. This has a lot of different rarities. This one came out of the 10, I believe. So whatever, and it's definitely like a lot more budget, because I think the Frightfurt Patchwork spells are at like, I think they're like a few bucks a copy. You can get these for like pennies, and then just one poly, because even if you have like poly in hand, you can keep Keeper of the Dragon Magic in hand, and use it for other fodder, fusion fodder, stuff like that. So it's not as bad as it seems. Triple Aluber, Dubia Lubrin, he's insane. You already know what he does. Adds a brand spell trap. Also, one of your fusions is destroyed by battle, release the field because of opponent's card effect. You can target a card, special summon this card, and then negate that card's effects. That almost never comes up, but it does sometimes. Despia Tragedy, this card just is pluses. It's basically a plus. If it's sent to the graveyard or banished by card effect, you should add one Despia monster from your deck to your hand, except itself. Then you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one branded spell trap card in your graveyard, set it to the field. I forget that effect like so many times, but whatever. One Dramaturge. I was cutting this for quite some time, but it also is a fairy. Keep in mind, you can just like hard fusion for the first Darklord. Well, the first Darklord. And then you can also, so if for some reason like you open up like kind of like what I would consider a brick, like something like the Field spell, or even if you open up Poly, Dramaturge, Darklord, Morningstar, or whatever, you can fuse them all off for the first Darklord, and Dramaturge will come back. So you kind of have a like undestructible first Darklord, or an indestructible first Darklord, and a Dramaturge like a monster effect, monster negate. So one ad libitum, because we're blowing the opponent up on their turn with the brand in red. Just two Fallen of Albaz. He's Fallen of Albaz, super poly on legs. One Albion. It's a name. You need at least one of them. One Tri-Brigade Mercurier. I was back and forth between cutting this, but this card is kind of like Tragedy. It just says go. And then if you control fusion, it is a monster negate. So why not? Branded Fusion. I love this card. I love the archetype. I love Despia. I love Branded, but this card needs to be hit. I don't know. It's insane. It's insane. Triple opening. This card's also insane. This is why I say like your Keeper of the Dragon Magic, you probably just want that to be your sole normal summon, because if you open up Branded opening, you know, you got a free Aluber special summon. And a lot of times if they have the Ash, they aren't gonna Ash anything except the Branded Fusion. They're gonna hold it for as long as possible. So, you know, if you bait all that and then hard normal summon the Keeper, you can still keep going. The one-up branded spells. Theater, it's a fusion. And it also kind of recurs your cards on the field. It's absolutely slept on. Branded red, you know what it does. Pop shit. Branded lost. Can't respond. You know, they can still Ash, but it's crazy. Also, this is insane pluses. This is why you need a couple of Fallen of Albaz targets, as in like the Albion, the Shrouded Dragon, and the Mercurier, because you can add those off the Lost. The only main deck hand traps I run is triple DD Crow, just at my locals in the format, like in general. DD Crow hits a lot of stuff. It's kind of the most generic one at this moment. I mean, Ash is still really good to run. I'm just running Crows because it's also a dark. And then I play against so many strikers. It's so important, like, to crow the shit out of their engage and stuff like that. So, and then 2 Allure, everything's dark. 1 Called By. I believe the list is 42 cards. I try to cut it down. I just like everything. It was like at 44, but I found space. And I was gonna run something super janky, like Dark Honest. But I'll put this inside. I just want to win like a game with this. That'd be insane. But this is the main deck, not the Dark Honest. But that's it for the main deck. I'm gonna get into the extra real quick. For the extra, the first Darklord, he's absolutely insane, but you only need one. If this card is fusion summoned using Darklord Morningstar as material, you can just draw out cards your opponent controls. Just get the shit out of here. During the main phase, quick effect, you can pay 1k, special summon one fairy monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. So if you have Superbia loaded up, you can bring back your Superbia, bring back your Yugioh, you know, you're off to the races once more. Also, you can bring back your Luber, plus off Luber. It's crazy. Your opponent cannot target fairy monsters you control with card effects. You can only use one of the following effects of first Darklord once per turn. One Guardian Chimera. You could run two, but I kind of only have space for one. You know what he does. Two Mirror Jade. You can, I don't know, if you go through both of them, like, you're extra winning, but Mirror Jade's crazy. Two Lubellion. I'm not gonna go into these because, like, the format's pretty rampant with them, but I have seen, like, less representation. Despia and Proskinian. This card's insane. It's, like, slept on for sure. I see a lot of people just straight up cutting it. Like, if you completely wipe their board, or if you, like, I've won so many matches just super polying, like, especially like mirror matches, super polying their field into Proskinian, then using his effect to bring back one of their fusion cards. It's just crazy. It feels like you got away with something. Like, Proskinian is insane. Then two Albion, because either you can use this effect to get your Brandon Lost the first time, and then you can use the second Albion to OTK. I don't know if anybody remembers how to do that, but I loved OTKing with this deck before the rest of the support came out. Double Masquerade, because you can sit on two Masquerade and against some matchups and just watch them burn themselves alive. It's quite good, quite good. One Queritus, I was cutting him forever, but I missed him, so I put him back in. One Branded Glory, because if you literally have everything else, you can send him on off Mirror Jade's effect, so you can get your Mercurier in hand for the follow-up. One Starving Venom for the super polys on the side, and then one Galaxy House Photon Lord. This is like major conflict, because if you have Branded Lost, obviously you're not gonna be able to go into Photon Lord, but if you have, like, absolutely no access to anything, it's really easy to make a rank 8 play with this deck. So I don't know. I mean, sometimes you could cut this for the second Chimera, honestly. Like, on second thought, I'm probably gonna cut it for the second Chimera, or either put in another first Darklord, because, you know, anything could happen. You could do it twice, but I don't know. But that's pretty much it for this one. Remember, like the video, comment down below what you would change, what you want to see next. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the cusp of 500, so make sure you're part of that, because we're on to 1k after that. And see you next time.